Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Cover to Cover. You're here with Mo,
Andrea,
and Morgan.
So today we want to talk about the BBC, To Kill a Mockingbird, the Stanley Hotel, and more. Plus we have a Letters To video short for you, so stay tuned. But first, who said that librarians don't have personality?
A group of librarians from New Zealand went viral over the weekend when they had an impromptu photo shoot to celebrate 10 years of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The group said they thought it would be funny to recreate the iconic cover shoot of the Kardashians with the quote, regular people. The team came up with the idea when they were brainstorming how to showcase the library. Their viral photo is definitely getting them plenty of attention. Do you guys think this was an effective method to just drive some library traffic?
Seems like it, right?
It does. I don't know if people are actually visiting the library more or if they're just talking about it, but either way.
It's like blowing up on Twitter, and
yeah.
I don't know, I just love how they're like, it was totally impromptu, definitely not planned, photo shoot of us being like the Kardashians. Keeping Up with the Librarians, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Guys, this is such a great photo. I think we should do it.
It's amazing. I love it. My favorite part about it is in the story I was reading that they wanted to get the men to do the most like ridiculous, provocative poses that were happening. And then they were just like, we'll just work around you. You sit here.
I know, there was one guy that was like totally committed. Like he had like no pants on, like, I mean, you know, but like he was just like, and it was
They really
amazing.
did it.
Yeah.
It was great.
They definitely did.
So thank you.
Yeah, I never thought about libraries really trying, like the librarians themselves trying to think about marketing to get more people in.
Yeah.
But I guess sometimes that's
Yeah,
what you have to do.
You know, it makes sense because they definitely have a small budget, so
Yeah.
as long as they can pull together.
there was this one person that was tweeting and was like, I definitely want to be on your social media team.
Right?
So that's super exciting.
So I think everyone should go visit their local librarians this weekend, their local libraries, and maybe take a photo kind of like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us
Recreate
know, guys.
all Kardashian photos with librarians.
With librarians at the library.
Yes.
I like it.
Well, that's definitely breaking down barriers of our preconceived ideas of librarians. And speaking of breaking barriers, the BBC wants to talk about breaking the glass ceiling.
The BBC is running its 5th annual 100 Women Challenge, in which they challenge women to make a change in the world. They've gathered 4 teams of women from across broad spectrums to tackle everyday problems currently distressing women's lives across the globe. October 9th through the 13th saw the challenge tackling female illiteracy. Are you guys familiar with this challenge?
I think it's a really interesting thing, and I'm glad that the BBC is doing it and that this is the 5th annual one because it brings together like powerful women across the globe to help make a change, but it also brings to light those issues time and time again that we sometimes forget about, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess they have different issues every single year, and so it's just bringing up all of these changes. And I mean, I feel like this is the year of the women, man.
It is.
I mean, Beyonce just came out with her whole campaign showing women. I don't know.
I haven't seen that.
It shows young girls from all different nations, which is really cool, and it's like this little dance video that's been put together. But I mean, it's not just showing like it just shows these powerful little girls who like, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited.
I love this article, and we'll be sure to share it in the comments below. But it goes through a story of a young girl who, because of the way she was treated by her grandfather, just kind of was like, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I can't read this, and so quit trying to read and quit learning, which I personally identified a lot with as a young child. I had hearing problems, so I went through some of the same things, and it's more than just thinking about people in third world countries, which is true, right? But the statistics say about, I think it's 19% of U.S. teenagers graduated from high school who are pretty much illiterate. Like they really struggled to read whole paragraphs. Yeah, that blows my mind.
Yeah, we really need to put the focus on literacy and get that as close to 100% as possible because there's really no excuse.
There's no excuse for kids to graduate from high school who really can't read.
Yeah, so we got to empower them. So I'm really excited they're tackling female illiteracy, especially because women in foreign countries, of course, don't have the same opportunities.
Yes, yeah. So there's lots of things that all of us can do to be a part of this movement, and we strongly encourage you to.
Yes.
Well, ladies, we have to take a quick break, but when we get back, we have more news for you, plus a letter to short video short. So we'll see you in a second.
Jennifer, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. But right now, Mississippi is trending in the news for putting a ban on an American classic in its school system.
The Biloxi School District in Mississippi used to teach To Kill a Mockingbird in its 8th grade curriculum, but it has been pulled because the school feels the language makes people uncomfortable. What do you guys think about this school board's decision?
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm definitely that person who flip-flops and reserves the right to have different feelings about the same issue on different sides because I am a human adult. And I recently said that, like, you should let kids read what they want. If they don't want to read To Kill a Mockingbird, maybe they can read The Hate U Give or another similar thing. But also, Mississippi, you are not doing yourself any favors by pulling To Kill a Mockingbird out of your school system.
For sure. I mean, what's more important? I mean, the language or the message? I think this tweet perfectly sums it up. So Stanley tweeted, "If To Kill a Mockingbird makes you uncomfortable, you are the target audience."
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I have words for this.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate, and especially for a state like Mississippi that has a lot of history that goes along with that. There's a lot of baggage there. So I think that maybe for them, they should have rethought this decision.
I mean, we can't just ignore the truth and history because it makes us uncomfortable.
That's a really nice way to put it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just rethink this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So try again.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of things that the plug gets pulled on, Harvey Weinstein has been in the media with a string of allegations against him. He's been forced out of his own company and is now facing more losses.
Hachette Book Group terminated its Weinstein Books imprint on Thursday after The New Yorker and The New York Times ran exposés detailing Weinstein's alleged sexual misconduct over the years to a number of women. Weinstein's Books imprint published a range of general interest fiction, both literary and commercial, along with media-driven nonfiction and YA titles. The company's projects have been handed over to Hachette for publishing.
I have to say I'm really happy for the Hachette Book Group that they stepped forward to do this because it's hard for people in power to pull the plug sometimes on things that might be controversial. So I think for them, they made a really good choice. And for any of the authors who were being published under the Weinstein Books Group, for them, I hope they're really excited to now get to put another label on their book because that ain't good.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't really think about it, but at least there was a quote that was saying that Weinstein leveraged a lot of power from his books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for like producing movies or like optioning that kind of stuff.
Sorry, I might have missed something in the news or like missed a correlation, but is this somehow connected to the Me Too campaign?
Yes. So
yeah,
is that what spurred that on?
Right. So one of the women who was harassed or assaulted by Weinstein tweeted and said, maybe if everyone posted Me Too on their status, then we'd actually see the magnitude of the problem. And
it's
so,
huge.
yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's flooding my wall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, countless women have come up to talk about their issues with Weinstein, and from that has spurred a lot of other women to bring up issues with other people. I mean, it's kind of scary when there's someone so powerful, you're scared to come up, but so many brave women have come forward. Some people have given names, and it's helped other women, steer clear, or other women shared their stories. Mm-hmm. So it's a super powerful campaign.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so kudos to everyone who's coming forward to shed light on the issues, and kudos to the Hachette Book Group for stepping forward along with other businesses and doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And moving forward without him. So that's all they can do.
Yeah. Well, let us know in the comments how you guys feel about this. In the meantime, we are going to share some of our feelings with you. We have another letters to an author we need to send out. We need to send this out to them stats. So please enjoy our letters to Michael Clayton.
Dear Michael Crichton, Thank you for your amazing contribution to literature and film, which has been so prolific, it's practically prehistoric. I mean, what a career! You're still publishing books from beyond the grave. I mean, that is dedication. I saw some of your pen names, John Lang, Jeffrey Hudson, and Michael Douglas. Wasn't that one already taken? I don't know, I'm so bad with names. Well, no matter what name you wrote under, Mike, your career was the most epic, and I'm a huge fan. I saw you were a fellow Scorpio, which probably gave you the brilliant intellect to write medical fiction and thrillers like you did, which is exactly what I want to do. I heard you often consulted psychics and enlightenment gurus to improve your karma. Me too. So basically, we're the same person. Except for all those marriages you had. 5 marriages? And except that you went to Harvard and I didn't. And also you grew up in Chicago and New York, and I didn't. You also won an Oscar, an Emmy, an Edgar, and a Peabody, and I didn't yet. And you're dead and I'm not, so was that rude? Anyway, I know I have a long way to go and a lot of writing to do, and I'm so thankful to writers like you who paved the way for writers like me. So hold on to your butts.
Tiffany, thank you so much for that. You might need to send that letter to the great beyond. Not sure if someone's broken the news yet. R.I.P. Michael Crichton.
Well, the good news is, if you're looking for a spooky hotel to stay at while you get in touch with them, the Stanley is in the news again with a spooky photo.
We've talked recently about the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, which is famous for inspiring Stephen King's The Shining. King stayed there with his wife just before they closed for the winter, experiencing horrible nightmares and feelings of dread. The hotel is said to be very haunted, and a tourist snapped a photo there recently of an apparition on the staircase. Would you guys love to visit this literary haunting, or are you out?
So I've been to the Stanley when I was in Estes Park, and it's so beautiful, and I experienced no hauntings. And now I want
that
to
you
go
know
back.
of. That
Yeah.
you know of. Are you gonna look back at your photos tonight?
I'm just really upset that a ghost or an apparition did not appear to me. So now I'm gonna have to go back. It's really cool, there, you guys.
I guess they encourage people to snap a bunch of photos just like while they're there. So people are snapping random photos, like I guess you don't really like see it. But yeah, these folks saw like this little girl in their photo afterward, and everyone like asked, like they asked around the hotel, and they were like, hey, was a little girl staying here? We're like, there are little kids here, and the hotel was like, nah. And then there was none in their tour group, and yeah,
so
freaky
ghosts.
and that isn't the first time either.
Goodness. So I was supposed to go to Galveston a few weeks ago, right after Harvey, but we changed our trip. But supposedly the place we were going to stay was haunted, which made me a little bit nervous.
The place you were going to stay at? Okay, maybe like the ghost tour, but stay at?
Well, that's what they said. Like, this house has been known. It's this giant mansion. It was an Airbnb. And so I was like,
I love
really?
that.
But I didn't quite believe it.
I go out of my way to stay at haunted places.
Really?
Yeah. I think that is so fun.
No.
So fun.
No.
I didn't stay at the Stanley, but only because I didn't have like $1 million because it's very expensive.
Is it very expensive? Well,
still.
everyone wants to see ghosts.
Yeah. So maybe.
Everyone?
No, well, I don't.
Okay.
Actually, so.
Well, feel free to stay far away from the Stanley if that is not up your alley. But what if you could, say, live in that mansion that supposedly inspired The Great Gatsby?
Well, if you're interested, you're in luck. The 11,955 square foot home was once owned by Mary Harriman Rumsey, railroad industry heiress and friend to F. Scott Fitzgerald. The 13-bedroom home is located on Long Island in New York and could be yours for the low price of $17 million.
Yeah, so if we start like pulling our money together, we could definitely buy that house.
Anybody want to buy this house for us? As long as it's not haunted. If it's not a haunted mansion,
Ooh.
like I'm so there if someone wants to like
We
buy
could
it.
start our GoFundMe. And
Yeah.
Yes. And it might be haunted. We're not sure, so we'll see.
I don't know. But funny thing, there is not a pool at this mansion.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So he took his creative freedom with his writing.
Right.
Yes.
And we were talking about this before. Like, would you put in a pool, or is that just like asking for
Yeah,
trouble?
it's like too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, every time I've been to New York, it's been cold. So
Right?
Yeah.
It's true.
But then, like, you throw those parties and there's, like, body heat everywhere. I mean, that's like...
A heated pool.
Yeah, or a heated pool.
There we go. Well, let us know in the comments if you'll be saving up for this Gatsby villa. I think I will.
Yeah, and don't forget to keep interacting with us on Facebook so we can bring you guys more content that you care about.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today. I'm Mo.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Morgan.
And we will be back on Friday. Until then, keep reading, writing, and being awesome. I know we will.
Bye.
Bye.